Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brennan, and welcome to the LDL Season 5 Draft Recap here on TLTPG. But I am not alone. Joining me, of course, is Arthur.
Yes, I'm here. Arthur, or Excalibur, if you will. Season 4 champion in the building.
All right, and we also have Squid.
What's going on, trainers and players? It's your boy Blazing Squid coming to you live.
And then, of course, we have Matt.
What's up, guys? Matt here. Also coming live.
Stealing people's punchlines. All right, so
live
guys,
recording.
Live recording. The best recording, because this is the third attempt now that we've had to try this, and I'm an idiot. But all in all, everything is good. Everything is good now, I promise you. But anyway, guys, from this previous Sunday to Tuesday, we have spent many hours drafting 132 months. As you do see on the screen, those are all the teams in those columns. And the season is going to be starting on the 22nd of May, so not too far away, just so we have enough time to get acquainted with our new teams and formulate our correct strategies and stuff for our Week 1 battles. Now, with this new season, it was the same as last season, as it was an open draft. We didn't really have any tier sets with the introduction of Sun and Moon. We just wanted to open it up and allow the coaches to really just have fun with the Pokemon that they wanted. But there are a couple of things that we have changed from the previous season to this season. So Matt and Squid, if you would please take it away as far as the rule changes.
Well, actually, before we do that, I got one thing to say about Patreon.
We
actually just started our own Patreon for the group. It is for the TLTPG as a whole, so it's not something that's specific to the LDL. Although, you know, you're still going to get some benefits by being a part of the group that apply to LDL. So right now we're sitting at 9 Patreons at a total of $59 pledged per month, which is awesome. Everything that goes into the Patreon is going to go directly back to the group in form of prizing, things of that nature. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I mean, even $1 would be able to help us get to where we need to be, to where we can offer some really cool prizes on a monthly basis. So that group link is on the TLTPG Facebook right now. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, now that we've talked about Patreon, I'll go ahead and kick things over to Matt so that you can talk about some of the rule changes for Season 5.
All right, so first things, we decided to enact a couple bans this season. We've officially banned Kartana and Celesteela in no small part thanks to Arthur, and a little bit thanks to Jesse. Kartana had one sweep last season. Another thing we've done is we have removed the restriction on Z captains. You're not going to be limited to one Pokemon that can use Z moves. The existing rules still apply. No Omniboost Z moves. Medium Z is still banned, but other than that, it's open season. Lots of creativity possible here, guys. I'm looking forward to it.
I guess I'll take over now. Another rule we just applied is, instead of having your little division rivalries where like you face somebody like twice a week, one time, and you didn't have the opportunity to face someone else, we're gonna battle everyone at least once this season, which is I'm excited for. I get to battle Arthur. I get to battle Matt last season, and we have a rivalry, so it's gonna ignite once again.
That'll be great.
And we're also putting in a new playoff factor, which Arthur will talk about in a bit, and each division is going to have an LDL admin which they can respond to. Like if you guys ever need team building, you can kind of just hit up the LDL admin. I already know how Kelvin and Isaac have been hitting me up, and I'm their division admin. So if you guys are free, you guys need help, your admins are there. And Arthur?
Yeah, so definitely a couple more things to add. I know Matt would be pretty upset if we didn't make this announcement across the league. V-Create is legal, ladies and gentlemen. So that means get your fire resist, get that quad resist, because switching in on that is going to be a pain in the butt. But
I'm going to send in Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress just to go down.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Coming.
Hide your grass types.
Because they V-Creating everyone out here.
Yeah.
Bring your stealth rocks. Don't forget your stealth rocks.
Come prepared, long story short. Also, I think the thing I'm the most hype about is, since we are doing round robin style schedule and everybody plays each other once, that gives us the chance to come up with better tiebreakers for playoffs. So we'll now have the head-to-head tiebreaker, which is the the top way of deciding who's going to kind of outrank the other coach. So, for example, if I play Matt week 1 and Matt beats me, and then at the end of the season, what it comes down to is Matt and I have the same record, and that's the last spot in the playoffs. I'm not going to the playoffs because I lost that head-to-head. So every week is going to mean something. Bring your prep, bring your A game every single week, because you're throwing down not only for pride but for playoff glory.
Absolutely, but without further ado, I say we jump into each individual team analysis and really go over just like the as I like to say, the mustard of each team.
Exactly.
So as you guys do see on the screen now, we have a couple new coaches actually joining this season. First up is the I can't say this right now, the Dakota Ducklets in Coach Austin, who drafted really well in my opinion. As you do see on the screen, you have an amazing Mega with Mega Scizor, and then you do have a Watergrass Fire, yep, core with Tapu Fini, Decidueye, Emboar, which is really helpful, and he's got really bulky mons that can definitely help support, such as Chansey, Shuckle, Registeel, and Zapdos, and really good cleanup sweepers such as Nidoking and even Scrafty. So all in all, really nicely done. Uxie is there as well for more coverage and more balance with everything. All in all, I can't wait to see how Austin does this season. I can't wait to really play him and understand like his play style, and I hope that he'll be back for future season stuff. But from there, I believe we are moving on to Kelvin, and coach of the Orlando Magiarna.
Yeah, so definitely a really solid team. I think anybody that's new to this kind of format goes into the draft with just that angst, that anxiety of, I'm playing with 10 other people who know what they're doing, so I either need to snipe their ideas or I need to get help from some of the other trainers that have been a part of this. And you can definitely see some influencing factors there. A nice fire, water, grass core, being able to sweep Delphox in the very last round to round that out. Venusaur's power, we all know that it made it to the finals last season along with Milotic and Jolteon. So very interesting there. I love this Fairy Dragon Steel core. The ability to pressure with Defiant, switch in on those defogs and get Bisharp going makes it a huge threat. Salamence is a great dragon, and to get that in round 6, I think that was a steal. Overall, a lot of steals here. He's got good hazard control with the Mew and the Hitmontop, having both the defog and rapid spin option. Getting something with Levitate for all those strong ground type users, and Flygon is a great pickup as well. And then also rounding off with a Wish Pokemon in Florges. So overall, I got to give Kelvin props. Definitely gunning for one of those playoff spots in his first season here in the LDL.
All right, now moving on, we have the Tropic Serenas in Coach Miguel. Matt, I believe you're going to be taking his team?
Yep. So looking at his team right now, Miguel's got a lot of offensive pressure. He's got some good wall cores though. He's got Skarmory, he's got Mudsdale. Bit of a rock weakness though, but he does have ways to remove it. Skarmory defog, Togekiss gets defog. Serena's a very good rapid spinner. He is locking the fire though. If that, oh no, he's got the Marowak there, so he's got the fire, water, grass core. Yeah.
The breath stain.
That's true. No, so that's a bit more of a rock weakness, but I think he can handle it. This is looking like a pretty scary team. He's got that Silvally in that 10th round that can be whatever type you want it to be, or just be normal type with another move. And he's got Golisopod, which is a monster. Just ask Jesse from last season. So it's looking like a very offense-heavy team, but he's got some good defensive switch-ins as well.
All right, now moving on, we have the Nottinghamshire Venusaurs and Coach Andrew. Squid, go ahead and tell us about this team right here, because it's actually a really nice team.
Yeah, so as recently I've been battling Andrew since he just wanted to get some training in, and I have to say his team is monster. It's just it has such good core. The Mega Beedrill, this team was created to benefit Mega Beedrill, and it puts in so much work. I love that he picked up Infernape, the Crocodile with the Intimidate. He's also experimenting with the Primarina. Overall, it looks pretty solid. The only thing he actually kind of lacks would be hazard removals. I don't really see it. Probably, I don't know if Aerodactyl even gets
It
defogged.
does get it.
Yeah,
it does?
For
get
HM.
defog, yeah.
So like Aerodactyl is basically its only mod that actually.
Beedrill does too, but it's
You don't,
not
I
something
don't
you want
think
to
run
do.
defog on a Beedrill. No.
Yeah, it's just. So I hope within the free agency, probably he sees something that is good hazard removal and does. But other than that, this team has straight power. It's just straight. It's an offensive threat overall.
All right, now moving back around to me, we have Ogden Ammonites and Coach Jordan. And Jordan is always one of those people that loves his gimmicks. I know Jordan personally. I've worked with him through like college classes and like Pokemon events and stuff. And his overall idea is, what gimmick can I do and have fun with? And he unfortunately sniped me with one of his picks of Alolan Ninetales. But as you guys do see, while he does have a huge rock weakness with a lot of his mons, some of them even taking up to 50%, but the bulk that he does have surrounding his mons is incredible. You have with the Alolan Ninetales being able to set up dual screens, and then with Aurora Veil and Klefki being able to help with status ailments, as well as, what's the other thing he gets? There's like some sort of like third screen or something.
Like,
Well, he has the Aurora Veil, and then he has dual screens, so he's got a way to set up multiple screens. But I think the thing that sticks out to me the most is that Regenerator core that he got in round 11 and 12.
Oh, wow.
Or 10 and 11, sorry.
Absolutely. So he does have the Regenerator core of Toxapex and Tangrowth, Stealth Rock Setter with Clefable, sweepers such as Talonflame and Volcarona, and set up sweepers as well with Slowbro and Cresselia. And just all in all, while it does have its weaknesses, Jordan knows how to play around these weaknesses. He knows the right monster to bring against his opponents, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the finals. I'm not gonna lie, because it's a really scary team, if you ask me.
You're kind of pushing it a little too much. Finals?
we'll see.
You never know. You never know. But moving on now, we have the Australian Arcanines and Coach Jesse.
Yep, and so I'll be taking this one. I think the thing that stood out to me the most was when Jesse was drafting. It really looked like he was building in support around Heatran, which normally just dies to every kind of ground move in existence. But being able to get something like Latios to have that levitate, also a Zelf that has levitate, also Tornadus, Gliscor, all that can avoid those ground type moves, gives him a plethora of switch-ins to ground type moves with Heatran, and I'm really interested to see not only what he builds around Heatran, but I think this could be a Pokemon he brings to all 11 matches this season based on the way the team is built. Azumarill is a huge threat. It can 2-hit KO pretty much any Pokemon in this format after a Belly Drum. The only things that really aren't 2-hit KO or things that get water absorbent or faster, so it is definitely a threatening mon. I like the Fairy Water, the Fire Water Grass Core and the Fairy Dragon Steel. It is kind of wrapped into 4 Pokemon total, but I still think it's manageable there as well. The Cacturn is going to definitely be one of the interesting picks here. Anything that can stop Scald spam is worth a pick in my book in this kind of format. And the one thing I got sniped on in the entire draft, Komala, I think it is one of the most underrated rapid spinners in the format. So overall, a great team by Jesse. It gets rapid spin.
Oh my gosh, I would have known that.
Yep, and then I guess the last thing to say here too, the Bug Gym leader got his Bug Gym mascot in Mega Heracross, so interesting to see how he can make it work, because obviously he's got some experience with it, defending that Bug Gym. So overall, really great team, really solid, and definitely my pick to grab one of those 2 open playoff spots going into this season as well.
All right, now just so you guys know, we're mentioning, finals, playoff spots. The last 4 teams that we've gone over, Miguel's, Andrew, Jordan's, and Jesse's, these guys unfortunately did miss out on playoff spots the previous year. So you can hear, you can see and hear us talk about the threats that each of these teams have. These guys are coming back with a vengeance, and they're wanting those playoff spots for sure. So I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see what the end results are. But now moving on, we are moving on to the previous season 4 playoff contender, starting off with Isaac's team and the Seattle Onyx.
All right, so Isaac's he sniped me, was it 3 times, 2 times?
At least 3.
At least 3. But yo, Isaac's team. I know Isaac told me he just wanted the team to revolve against Latios, and I think he did a pretty well job around this. Also, like his fire, I pushed him. I was like, dude, you need a solid grass fire water core, is it? So I'm surprised.
That Lapras
Shaman. Yeah, no, Lapras. We'll see how much work it puts in, but to see Shaman not picked up until the 11th round, I was a shocker.
Oh,
I thought that was a steal. Matt put in good work with it all season long. Isaac, he got back.
All the moves.
Yeah, Isaac, he renewed his Buzzwole. He got back his Alolan Muck, which he loves so much. The Tyranitar and Excadrill. Oh my god.
He has the Sand team. He has so many different levels that he could do. He could do Sand. He could do Electric Surge. He can just straight up. Oh, this team.
I'm just afraid, Isaac. It's just gonna be, man. I feel sorry for any of his opponents out there, and then sniping me with that Mega Pidgeot. Oh my god, dude, Mega Pidgeot is such a good mon.
And underrated. I feel like it just gets.
With the 121 base speed.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't.
I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, I think the thing that stood out to me the most is how weak he is to Excadrill. But he has Excadrill, so not really a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I see it. It's like, wow. So I see Isaac legit making playoffs once again, with a little help from his brother, team building. But other than that,
a little.
All right, now moving on to our Kentucky Aerodactyl and Coach Steven Perez, that OG. He is here back again. And Matt, how do you like his team?
You know, I was surprised that he didn't grab a fire type at all, but it's still looking like a really, really nice team. He's got lots of bulk. He's got Mega Blastoise. He's got Snorlax. He's got Landorus T. That Xurkitree is a threat with the Beast Boost. Seems like his team really has a lot of ice weaknesses, but it also has a lot of ways to deal with ice types. So we'll see how he plays around that. He's got the hazard removal with Blastoise, with Pelipper if he wants to, and of course he's got that Prankster and Sableye, so we'll see if he runs any shenanigans with that. The Clefairy, that was a really odd pick. A lot of people were surprised by it, but he's run it before in VGC. I know Steven knows how it works, so we'll see how that one goes. He's got some good varying speed tiers. I noticed Xurkitree's in the what is it, the 80s, I believe?
73. I think 73. No, 73 in Def and Def, but 80 something in speed.
Yeah, and then he's got 90s with Landorus, he's got 110 with Espeon. He's got a lot of variety, he's got a lot of bulk, he's got a nice balanced team. I like it. Now Hawlucha at the end, picking up Fighting Stab right at the very end. The Hawlucha in draft format is a powerful Pokemon because some of the sets it runs are extremely hard to deal with.
Yeah. And I think the Hawlucha was key. This is just the only thing I'm going to add in here. But without a fire type on Rain, you really get walled by steel type. So I think the Hawlucha pick at the very end helps him with his steel problems and really gives him a viable way to counter him.
And I also just got to say, we see a lot of fire. We see a lot of fire, a big fire weakness with that Scizor, and we see a lot of ice weakness, but you throw Thick Fat on a Snorlax, and you really have nothing to worry about. As well as Magic Bounce with Espeon.
And Blastoise. Mega Blastoise just takes it all.
Exactly. You're not setting up any kind of hazards with that Espeon there. I'm sorry. You really don't.
He's also got the Rain option, which, I mean, who cares about a 4 times fire weakness with the Rain option?
Exactly. Yep. That's just scary altogether. But now, moving on, we have Matt's team and the Winnipeg Jellicent.
Oh. All right, I'm up again. So I started off, wanted that fire water grass real early, so I grabbed Victini with my franchise pick. Ferrothorn looked like really good synergy with Victini, and then Blastoise rounded it out. I just wanted to get the rapid spin and a good solid water type. I was pretty happy here. Didn't really get sniped until like the 9th round. Screw you, Brennan.
Love you too.
But I picked up some previous performers. Tarakion put in work last season.
You better treat him right.
Starafter's done the serious work, and I managed to wait till round 10 to grab my Mega Sableye. I'm really excited about that one because my team has a lot of ways of dealing with fairy types, and once I can get those out of the way, Mega Sableye just sits there and eats hits, and it does work.
All right, now moving on, we have my team. Wow, I didn't realize I was up next. The Salt Lake City Swamperts are back once again with an amazing team. Probably one of the best teams in my own opinion, but that's just me. But I decided to franchise Thunderous Therian form just because I feel like there was so much I could have done with it that I wasn't able to, and I really wanted to make sure that I did this season, as far as making sure that I was able to volt switch out with a couple different things and really create awesome priority as well as being able to hit hard. I have, I think, a really cool Fairy Dragon Steel Core and Sylveon, Gudra, and Fortress. Use a lot more bulkier of Mons. Yes, Sylveon can be more offensive if I put a Pixie Plate on it or if I specs it. And then my Firewater Grass Core of Entei, Superior, and Vaporeon. I'm so happy that I was able to pick up Vaporeon because it helps with wishing. I have such hard hitters like Entei. I have my Entei bag from Season 2, and Superior is a mon I've always wanted to use with that contrary boost, being able to get that +2 off of that Leaf Storm. And just rounding out, so last season I got sniped from Matt on Conkeldurr, and I'm so happy to pick up another bulky, hard-hitting mon, and Nidoqueen as well. Like I mentioned earlier, Austin got me on that Nidoking, but it's like, you know what? Let me pick up, that MILF. It's bulky MILF.
Oh my god.
And I wanted that Nidoqueen, man.
I mean, it's gonna put in work. Let me tell you what. She is gonna put in work, and then, just Weavile also being an extremely fast sweeper at the end, just making sure everything is whittled down. Weavile just has to come in and click a couple moves and win a match for me, honestly, because Ice and Dark typing are very, very scary offensive threats, and especially when not a lot of Pokemon really have Ice resistances. There are a couple, but really not a lot. And then really, I cannot believe I picked up my Mega in the last round of all rounds. But I decided to go OG, throw back to Season 1. I have Gus, my Alakazam, just wide move pool, extremely fast, and with the updates to Mega Evolution, he gets that turn 1 no matter what, so I don't have to protect.
Dude, kills leader from last season.
Oh, and I like the balance my team has, and I'm hoping that, I'm able to put it to good work. I'm just super happy that I only got sniped maybe once or twice, but everything else went perfectly. But moving on now.
Your team's looking a lot like mine. You got 3 of the Pokemon that were on my team last year, so it'll be interesting to see how you run them.
Squid. But speaking of Squid, we have the Toronto Totodiles coming back freaking hard. Coach Squid, would you please to let us know what's going on with your team?
Yeah, so as you guys can see, I franchised Bulu. As Brennan said, with this Thunderous, there was so much I could have done with the same with Bulu. Bulu only had 2 kills, which is for the power it has to only have 2 kills all season long, not including the playoffs. But other than that, so I franchised it. I'm I don't want people to use it against me, and I need to use it to its full potential. And I really wanted Heatran to just, oh my god, I needed Heatran really badly, and I got sniped by Jesse. So I had to go for the next best thing, which is not even a bad pick overall, but Arcanine to help me out with the Firegrass Core and Manaphy to it's just the 100 base all around. I love my Grass Fire Core all around. It's gonna put in so much work this season. I already know it's gonna be there for week 1 against Brennan. We need to start off strong. We need to show the world. Now we're here for another championship. Jirachi, I feel like it was just underutilized last season. I want to put in the work. Zygarde, I know Arthur also wanted Zygarde, but I knew I had to snipe it from him. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to kind of go the same route that Arthur was on, that just kind of trying to use new mons, utilize, get everyone's to new potential. I got sniped so much, and I had to pick up Swallow at the end as my defogger, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck considering we're week 1 opponents. But, you know, let's move on to the champion of Season 4. Phoenix Sunflowers are back, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Arthur, please go ahead and explain your team.
Yeah, so I just I didn't really have specific Pokemon I wanted. I just had specific roles I wanted. So with the first 5 picks, I was just going to get breakers, which I was able to do. I feel like some decent breakers. Magearna, Kyurem Black, and Volcanion are going to be doing the majority of the heavy lifting. The interesting thing for me is I usually draft a team that, you know, if I draft my 6 Pokemon and I draft them well, then maybe there'll be some weeks where I can just use my first 6 picks. I kind of took a different angle with that this season and said, all right, there aren't going to be too many games where I bring Magearna, Volcanion, and Kyurem Black, but it also allows me to bring like 1 strong Pokemon and then fill them around utility. I wanted a spin blocker. I got that in Delmice. The only real thing that I felt like I didn't capitalize on was hazard setters. I have 1 in Landorus. I got my favorite Mega. I actually have 6 Pokemon that have Switch Initiative moves, whether that be Volt Switch, U-Turn, Baton Pass, or I mean Parting Shot's one, but I don't have it. And I was able to get a pretty effective Wall Core. It's weak to fighting, but the rest of my Pokemon deal with fighting really, really well in Umbreon and Porygon 2. And I think the thing I'm most excited to use this season is Pyukumuku. It has the slowest baton pass in the game, and it gets unaware, which I didn't get to, you know, take. Well, I decided I wasn't going to franchise Clefable, but I still wanted unaware, so I was able to get that in Pyukumuku. And anytime I baton pass with that, it's going to be the slowest and give me more Switch Initiative as well.
All right, so we'll jump on to the next topic, which was the Kanto Conference Champs predictions.
Yep.
Matt, who do you think you will see in Kanto Conference Finals? I mean, as a champion.
You know, it's a lot of strong teams looking here. Arthur's looking to make a comeback, make a repeat maybe this season. Isaac drafted a strong team. You know, my sleeper this year, I think I'm going with Kelvin. I think Kelvin's going to make a surprise appearance and make it to the conference finals. Maybe he won't make it past that round, but we'll see. He's got a really strong team. I like it.
What about you, Brennan?
I mean, yeah, sorry, I had to run and do something really quick. But as far as me, you know, like I said, I really am hoping that Jordan has an amazing season this time around. Last season it wasn't really the best.
No, we're doing Kanto.
Oh, Kanto.
Red and blue divisions.
Yeah,
Red and blue divisions. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Red and blue. That's tricky. Let's see. This is the thing. When it comes to Steven's team, I feel just like the synergy he has with the rain and just other kind of things that he does have
You're
around.
still in the wrong cut. You're
still
in
in
the
the
wrong
wrong
one.
Hold
Steven
on.
is in Johto.
Red and blue.
Dude.
Hold on.
Arthur, Drew, Jesse, Randward, Isaac, Kelvin.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, my bad. See, this is what I get for leaving for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, if that's the case, just with
He's shook.
I'm shook because I know that when it comes to Isaac's team, Squid's just right behind him, just smiling and giggling to himself because he's like, yeah, I helped build that team, and Squid,
and I helped build Kelvin's team.
And Isaac just has amazing synergy with all of his mons. He's got so many different playstyles to choose from, whether that be the Spring in the Sand or possibly bringing the support for Latios and just the big threat of just Tapu Koko just sitting there is absolutely incredible. And really, all in all, just I see Isaac going far this season. I see Isaac taking it. You guys there?
All right.
Oh.
Both interesting picks. Yeah, I will kick it over to the Johto conference camp.
My bad, guys.
Picking opposite, it's all right. It's just you take a nap for a little bit. We'll take the rest of this. So
I've had a lot of stress. I've had a lot of stress.
Squid, I'll kick it over to you first. We're looking at the other conference, the other side. Obviously, the weaker side because it doesn't have the 2 best battlers in LDL.
Oh, excuse me.
But
You
you know,
shut your mouth right there.
there's got to be some kind of winner, I guess. So who do you see coming out of the Johto conference?
All right, so overall, they all look kind of well balanced within. It's not top tier like ours, but it's gonna go between Brennan and Matt. Yep.
I was about to say,
so
you downloaded the Matrix, and then all of a sudden I heard Matt's name of mine.
It's fine. I can fill you in. He basically sat on the fence and didn't pick a person. So I will go ahead and do justice to the Johto conference and actually pick someone. So I'm looking at this. I was looking through the draft. Usually some teams will just straight up pick counters to the other team, which I didn't see a ton of. But I feel like the Vaporeon really gives Steven a lot of issues. So I like Brennan in that matchup. I also really like Matt's team. It gives Brennan's Mons a lot of problems. So if I had to pick, it's gonna be one of those three between Brennan, Matt, and Steven, and I will actually pick Matt to go to his first, or not to go to his first, but to possibly win his first finals this season.
All right, if you're gonna go with Matt, then I'm gonna go with Brennan. Even though I'm Team Matt.
Ooh, then let me win. Then let me win week 1.
Bro, but it's just
you gotta earn it.
Alakazam is gonna put a lot of work in this season. It put in, what was it? How many kills? Like 14.
It got a
Matt,
lot of
it had last
kills.
season.
14, 2 deaths.
It's just, it's a great mod, and Brennan to pick it up in the 11th round is just, you were very fortunate, my friend. You were very fortunate.
Just as a side note, I was originally thinking Meloetta, but then I saw that mega potential, and I'm like, Matt. I instantly messaged Matt.
150 base speed.
Instantly messaged Matt. I'm like, Matt, what do I do? Should I pick up this mega? He's like,
no brainer.
It's like, you best be not a bitch and not pick up that mega.
You get Magic Guard before it megas, Trace after it megas, 150 base speed, like a million base special attack, like coverage up the butt. Why not?
See, that's why them legs are crossed.
Spoons for days, all the spoons.
Mm-hmm. So, now, moving on, we've talked about, well, I tried to talk about, but you guys talked about the different conferences with Kanto and Johto, who we each thought. Guys, without picking yourself, who do you see going to finals this season?
I'll go first. I've got, of course I can't pick myself. I've got Squid versus Matt in finals, with Matt taking home the victory.
Ooh. That's a very
a lot of work,
bold prediction.
That's a very specific. It's very specific.
That is.
Squid, would you like to go next?
Alright, if I had to see someone taking the gold, man, I would give it to...
Division?
No, it's in the red division. I see Isaac, man. I see Isaac versus Brennan. Isaac taking it home.
I'm not gonna lose to two. I'm not gonna lose to both of the brothers. I'm sorry.
I mean, Randward's basically drafted like 3 of these teams, right? He can't lose.
I mean, I lost to the brothers last season. If anything, it's a good luck charm because I won the title after I lost to both them.
You know, I'll go next. I think in the finals, coming off a strong championship win, I think Arthur's going to return to the finals. And I think Brennan will come from the other conference. And in a very heated, very well-contested battle, I think Arthur comes home with the repeat.
Oh man, that feels so good. I'll make t-shirts for the entire league if I win back-to-back this season. You heard it here first, guys. T-shirts, shipped to Australia, shipped to Europe, wherever you live. Guys, you're going to get one if it happens.
Arthur, your head's about to blow up like one of them old Airhead commercials. Cause
you got to go through me week 2, though.
I have to honestly say, out of all the teams that I do see with the different conferences, I honestly see Arthur going back to the finals this year against Jordan. Just because I feel like he's the diamond in the rough.
You're so biased. That is biased as motherfucker.
Maybe he just knows more than we do.
I know Jordan. I know this man. I just feel like this season, he's just the diamond in the rough, and the tech that he's going to provide for us, and the amazing plays that are going to be coming, and just all the games. He's going to surprise us all, and I think that's going to be a really good battle. I don't know who exactly would win, but I definitely see Arthur and Jordan going this time around.
Well, Jordan made playoffs season 2, didn't he?
He absolutely did.
Yeah, so I definitely see him coming back. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. But with that, you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Wow, it's only been 35 minutes. We made wonderful time making this.
Very good timing, yeah.
But any closing thoughts from you guys at all?
Yeah, I definitely think this is one of the best drafts I've ever been a part of. Just the raw power that you see on all these teams. Every week is going to be you're just going to be sweating figuring out which 6 to bring, because there could be that one Pokemon that you don't account for that actually comes to the match and sweeps your team. So I would say my final comment really is I expect to see a lot of teams stacked around the same records. I don't think you'll see anybody go 11-0. So my prediction is the best regular season record is sitting at 8-3.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, wow. I would like to add that it's just the success that we had last season brought so much hype this season. I know, like, last season, Steven didn't pick up a Mega. He really didn't try. What else? No Z Captain. Like, people were like, Z Crystals aren't all that. And then after seeing how well Z Crystals did throughout this season, they're like, oh, I'm actually missing out. I know Isaac as well was like, he was not going for high tier mons. He wanted to pick mons he liked. Drew as well. And as it's good to pick mons that you like, but sometimes you just got to get those higher tier mons as well. And as you can see, like, this season, everyone was hyped. Everyone was going for that power. And, like, it's just... Now, that's why I got sniped so much. Like, last season, not that many people were, like, interested in the Bulus and Tabu Koko. So I picked them back to back. And now this season, I just have an opportunity for anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a bold prediction here too. I think both new players in Austin and Kelvin, I think they're both making playoffs. It'll be tough to see who Austin would beat out for it, but I think these guys are solid battlers. They're new to the draft league, but they got lots of help, lots of support, and I think they'll make a run for it. They'll surprise us.
All right, and my closing thought is not really centered around the draft. It's just more of just the thought of LDL and just the group in general. Like, seriously, we're all friends at the end of the day. You know, Salt is going to be flying around, but we know at the end of the day we're having fun, and we definitely want to bring the fun and show everyone here on TLTPG, you know, what's actually going on behind the scenes as far as one of the aspects that we do have here, us outside of our tournaments, outside of our Lonely League, you know, gyms and Elite Four and Champion and all that stuff. Like, there's so much, so many different things that you guys can be a part of, and we want you guys to be a part of it. And, you know, the best way to really have you guys be a part of it is to really show you guys. So hopefully, you know, with this new season here now, that we are able to do that for you guys, and hopefully, you know, maybe next season we'll have to expand it to 16 coaches. You never know.
Oh, hype.
The chaos
and the snipes that would be going around would be crazy if that were to happen. But, you know, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching this season 5 draft recap. Once again, season starting on the 22nd of May. It's just right around the corner, so definitely all coaches, bring your A game. If you're supporting us on Patreon, thank you guys so much. We greatly appreciate it because, like I said, at the end of the day, we want to give back to the group, because this group has been able to bring together so many amazing friends and so many amazing bonds that, honestly, none of us would trade for the world. And if you guys aren't supporting us on Patreon, that's okay. You know, just enjoy the group and, you know, just support the group as we build and grow this amazing Pokemon community. And that's really the last thing I have to say. But this is Brennan, and I'm also joined by Arthur.
See you guys.
Squid.
Players and trainers, catch you on the flip side with that 3DS.
And Matt.
All right, catch you later, guys.
And we will see you guys in the next video.